Well, hey guys, I just got back from nearly a bit over a week's holiday up in Darwin, visiting some family up there, and it was good to be up there with the family and see some crocodiles and experience the good old Darwin humidity in the wet season. But it's good to be home. But we've had a fair bit of rain here too while I was away, so apparently it's greened up a lot, so I'll see what it looks like in the morning when the sun comes up. But in the mail, when I got back, it was waiting for me some goodies from Eagleye Hunting Gear, some smart rests that they sent out for me. So one of them's this HyperPod 2. I'm pretty keen to give it a go. So apparently there's a steer diet over the paddock too from 3-day. So I might have to go out tomorrow and check him out and see whether the pigs and dogs have been at him. So I'll see what happens. I'll see you tomorrow. Dog up here. Just going to take this HyperPod from Smart Rest and I might see if I can hail him up. Just wait there, Henry. Trotting out to the scrub. A real yellow thing. Not sure where that dog heard the Viking coming, so I'm trotting up here. I'll stick my head up over the rise just in case he's gone that way, otherwise I might do a bit of howling. Wind's coming from that way. See him. His head's sticking up over the top of the trough over there. He's looking straight this way. I think he knows something's up. Oh, he was in the trough. He just jumped out. Real light coloured fella, but pretty wary. There's decent crawling. Keep that bush. leans pretty good off his hyperpod. Just catch my breath for a while. His head is having a chew. Here we go. Got him. Straight up the chest. That was around. He's up again. Got him again. I think he's down. I haven't hit him real good. He's not going to get a going far. I was having a lane, probably a 60-70 metre shot, having a lane off his hyperpod. So from Eagleye Hunting Gear. My mate and I come over here last night to look for pigs, but there was nothing at the pile. Nothing even, but no pigs had even been back here, but there's dog tracks all around it. And a bit tracks from this big dog. I can't see any other dogs around. There he is. It's got him to the neck, and when we the last one's got him through the heart, so it stopped him when he just started to poke off. So yeah, thank you for Eagleye Hunting for sending out this rest. It's a lot easier than carrying a tripod around. Not quite as stable as a tripod, but for walking around like this for a quick stalk, I couldn't have done that with a tripod. It just tucks away under the rifle like that, and I can just carry it. So I got a big male. I reckon this could be that one I saw when I did the trap run over here that I got on the camera that was pretty spooky. A real light coloured fellow. He's got a little spot of white there, so he's probably a relative of that other one I howled up and shot. I wasn't going to try and howl in case he spooked and took off, because he was pretty wary. Anyway, that's a successful afternoon. Just got to go over and check. There's another 6 steer over here. This one here would have died from 3-day sickness, and we didn't find him soon enough. He couldn't get to water, and so he's passed away in the heat and lack of water. So there's another sick one over here in the scrub. We're just going to go and try and give him a drink now. I'll come back with the Viking and pick him up. I've left Henry back in the Viking. As much as I would have liked to take him with me to experience that, I couldn't risk him making too much noise and scaring the dog away. He's a pretty spooky one. When I first saw him, he was just coming up, just heading up the gully here, and he went up over the hill that way. He wasn't even looking. We were in the sort of the shadows of the tree over there, so I've parked the Viking probably 300 metres down that way, and Henry's keeping a lookout for me on the back. So I thought he didn't look like he had seen us, but he could probably hear the noise of the Viking, so he was a little bit wary. He's sort of half expecting us to come any time, and then headed up back over the hill behind me. I thought I might go down to the carcass or go to the trough, which is exactly what he did. Went had a drink first, had a swim in the trough. I wish I had the camera with the zoom on. He was just sitting in the trough with his head sticking out the water. And then he had enough, he just jumped out and looked around, looked all over my way for a bit just to make sure there was no threat there. So I had to lay low for a bit. And then he come straight into the carcass and started having a feed. And he wouldn't have stayed there for long either, because they often get them on the camera, they'll only feed for 5 minutes or so and then they go off. Especially when they're out in the open like that and they feel a bit too exposed.
Did you shoot him while he was eating the dead cow?
Yeah.
I saw the feather.
But you saw him, didn't you?
Yeah. He had a nice light feather.
Yeah, real light coloured, wasn't he?
Yeah. Nice. Oh, what's wrong with him?
He's dead. That's what's wrong with him. I shot him.
Straight through the chest.
Yeah, well, the first shot I must have moved a bit and I got him up just through the shoulder. And then he got up again and started to run off, so I had another shot at him and got him through the chest here. He's a pretty big dog, isn't he?
He's not a... Hey, look. Most things I don't see like this.
Yeah. There's his mane on his back. Look at his big teeth. Imagine if they got on a bit onto you, eh? Well, the first shot's gone right in there, but he must have been angling away, so it's gone in and come out the other side. He wouldn't have lasted long. Now you got dog tracks here, but then you got pig tracks around the outside. There'll be a few sows with a heap of little ones, a heap more dog tracks. So I'm not sure whether this is the only dog or whether there's more around as well. So this is the only one to show up this afternoon. Just got to the track here on the scrub, and we got dog tracks all up here. I reckon it could be from that dog that just shot. His mate and I were out shooting last night, and we actually got a cat, but I'm really annoyed because I lost all my footage. I was downloading onto the computer, I pulled some footage off I took from a trip in Darwin, and then I thought I'd had everything off. I deleted all the footage and then realised later that I hadn't copied over all my footage from last night, so I've still got the thermal shot of on the thermal of shooting the cat. So anyway, that's about all I got though, so I'll show you that bit of a video now. onto that mob of pigs just then. Pick up a few of my shells. Not sure how many of them I got. They were heading off already. There's pretty good lean. I'm using this quad rest 2 from Eagleye Hunting Gear. So but what I've done, I swapped out these rest things here I made some more because the ones from them, it wasn't fitting my rifle real good, and it kept going in the rough stuff, it kept slopping, the rifle would fall over and slop over. So I've made some other mounts up that aren't a little bit narrower in the top, so it stops the rifle flopping around a bit. Anyway, that worked pretty good. I've brought my hyperpod as well, just in case I needed it. I need to go off the bike, but off the top of the bike, this thing's really good. You just move it around wherever you want. You can shoot off the side of the bike. So that's the first shooting I've actually done off this one. So thanks Eagleye Hunting Gear for sending that out. We'll go and see what we got. Well, here's one. He's a pretty big boar. Big armour plates on it. Yeah, righto. We're out mustard at the moment. There's this sow was, yeah, she's dead. Sow was heading off before. I just had to put another bullet into her, but don't know whether I got another one down here or not. He was heading off that way. My last shot I had, not sure. There's that one sow, that big boar. I don't know how many other ones are, whether I got any others or not, because there's grass is pretty low and there's a fair few little ones with them, and I couldn't really see them. But I'll drag this one back over here. Yeah, he's a fair lump of a pig, that fella. He's got a lot of good size to him. Anyway, I'll go down and see if I can find that other one quick, and then I've got to keep mustering. The cattle are all going the right direction at the moment. Well, I couldn't find that other pig anywhere, so maybe I didn't get it, I'm not sure. Could only just see the top of his back in the grass, and he was moving. He was shooting through trees. Anyway, keep going, and at least I got those two. Been down into the dam here for a while already this afternoon. So with this other arms I put on, it's keeping my rifle fairly well upright, even though I go through the rough stuff. Mount's probably not really designed to be doing hard riding through a lot of rough country, but certainly test it out. So far so good.